viewers to the Jacks for GT channel. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And thanks viewers from also following this particular video from the previous video I did discussing this AMG GT 17 that we're going to talk about in terms of the tuning that I did to get this tremendously impressive blowback exhaust that you'll see here in this race that we're going to demo for you in this particular video. So let's go ahead and jump right into what we did with the tuning, with the turbo, the anti-lag settings, and the exhaust to get that tremendously impressive blowback exhaust that you see right there. Okay, so here we are. We're trying to complete book number 34 in the campaign, Gran Turismo 7, which is the collect 3 AMG Mercedes class vehicles. So one of those races here is in Spain at the Schwarzwald League. So you have to get third place or higher, PP of 700, and a five lap race. So the PP, in order the performance points to get to 700 or less, I tried to get as close to 700, of course, without going over. So let's see what we did here. So I went with the sport soft tires on the front and the rear, and I had the fully customized suspension. I did tweak the negative camber angle and the toe angle of the car to get it to turn a little bit more. Because every time the turbo kicks in coming braking or accelerating, I was not getting the rotational G's that I wanted from the car. So play with your settings here to get it to a particular satisfactory point where you would feel comfortable with the performance of the car. Full control computer. I had the normal transmission in there. I didn't adjust that. And here is the kicker. So the turbocharger, I put a medium RPM turbo in there, not a high RPM or a low. I put a medium anti-lag system, of course. So definitely anytime you have a turbo on a car, you want to install the anti-lag system just to make sure that the power from the turbo is being harnessed immediately versus having any type of lag between the spooling of the turbo and creating that output via to the engine through the exhaust throughout the race. So this one here, now the anti-lag settings, so of course you can read the description. It talks about what an anti-lag system does, and you see it there in the supercharged state, even in a low RPM range. So this is key here in a corner. Whenever you're coming out of a corner, you want to be able to accelerate as fast as possible, even in a controlled acceleration. And what the anti-lag system does, if you set it to strong, it's going to give you all of the power at the turbo, even when you're coming out of a corner in low RPM driving conditions. So this allowed for me to have that power for catching up to the opposition, but it's going to make the car a lot more unstable in the turn. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to drive. So and also racing intercooler to displace some of that heat off of the engine. Definitely want to have it at the very least these 4 if you're going to install the turbo. All right. Also install the racing air filter, racing muffler, exhaust manifold. That one would have put me over. I could have installed it and probably adjusted the power output down over here, but yeah, that's personal preference. You can probably try that if you like. Brake systems, racing, and also a weight reduction stage 1. So these are the settings that I did for this AMG, and lo and behold, it gave me that impressive exhaust blowback that you see and are getting ready to see in this particular race. All right, so assist, manual transmission, traction control completely off. You can turn that up if you like. It'll give you a little bit more handling in and out of the turns, but you're gonna lose some power. All of these assists off now. So I have migrated from the controller to the Fanatec DD Pro, which I'll be doing a review here pretty soon. So let's go ahead and jump right into the race and see how we do. And we're off. So wow, look at that exhaust. That's just that's so crazy. We got about 20 cars here in this race, and we're gonna see if we can make our way through the pack up to first place. So this is a 5-lap race here in Cadiuna, and like I said, we're in book number 34 for the AMG. We're trying to collect all 3 AMGs. Whoa, get a little squirrely there. As I said, traction control is off on this car. You know, it's personal preference. You can have traction control on if you like. It's very difficult to control this car in the turns. I have to be a little bit slower, more calculated here, you know, just to make sure that I don't lose too much grip, because I feel like the Sport Soft tires that I have on here are probably not, you know, conducive of the amount of performance that I put in with the turbo into this AMG. So let's go ahead and, oh man, got pushed off. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of the race. I'll step in a little bit just to, you know, let us know where we are, and see how we do against the competition. Okay, so it looks like we're getting ready to be coming up on lap 3 here. I believe we're probably in about 10th position. So, you know, the tires are heating up. The car's handling a lot better. Not too bad. I feel like I'm finally getting a handle on the racing line here. So, let's see how we do. If you noticed on the previous laps, when I hit this straightaway coming off of this this right sweeping turn here, this is where, yeah, right here. So this is extremely powerful acceleration right here, and this is where, like I said, the spooling is just immediate from the anti-lag being set to strong. So coming off of that turn, that turbo is just going to kick in so fast, and you're just going to be able to catch up with the competition if they don't have the same type of setup. You know, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and, you know, we were talking about you know, hybrids and electric vehicles and the way of the future, and, you know, this new anti-lag stuff is just, it's, you know, you're gonna have to have it in order to stay competitive, you know, with the new wave of the future, with the next generation and evolution of how we're going to be racing, and driving from our day-to-day activities and things like that. So, you know, this was a great invention. I'd like to know a little bit more about, you know, anti-lag in terms of, you know, how it's being used effectively in racing and just in your own personal, you know, tinkering, whatever automobiles that you're driving back at home. So, you know, it's a pretty good race. I'm coming up on this Lamborghini here, and this guy was putting up a very good fight. All right, coming down the stretch here, and this is actually the final lap. So we're gonna see. You see, we've been battling. This guy has been doing a great job of, you know, keeping me competitive here. You know, I'm trying to get the clean race bonus, so, you know, trying to race him honest. Good habits make for good racing. So see if I can stay in this draft here and maybe take the inside. We get it done. Couldn't hold it. We had our two right tires left. The tarmac was on the grass, so we lost some traction. Let's see if we can get them here on this hairpin. He holds it well. I hold it pretty well. The Lamborghini there, the Aventador, this has all-wheel drive, so, you know, in this front. Oh, let's try him again. He is accelerating out of those turns. You know, so front wheel drive, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage in some of these tight turns, but if I can get close enough where I can try to get another move done, let's see if we can get them here. And 100 board, brake. This is that pretty much 90-degree angle left turn here. Alright, so if I can harness some speed coming off of this turn here, into this series of S's going into the home stretch. Get it. Yeah, he goes wide. Can't get it done. That's a great representation of the AI in Gran Turismo 7. I mean, he raced that last lap about as good as you can race it. I put some pressure on. Like I said, I was trying to get the clean bonus, but you know, good race. I hope you all enjoyed it. You know, this demo for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following us on this journey. We're a new channel, and we look forward to bringing you more content each and every week. So stay safe, stay fast. Gonna be signing off now, and look forward to more from Jax for GT.